BrightLine has a unique spot in the connected TV ecosystem in that we're exclusively focused on the ad experience. I think we've got a lot of players in the data space and the programmatic space. We're focused on how do we improve the ad experience and make it take advantage of where viewers are heading with streaming TV and what their expectations are now that they are getting a personalized content experience from their apps.
Where do you see the state of CTV today? Where is it headed?
CTV, from our perspective, is the inevitable future of television. One way or another, everyone is going to be streaming their TV, whether they chose to or whether that's simply where their cable companies are headed with the technology. So streaming TV is one way or another the end game for television. So there's a lot of predictions of TV dying. TV didn't die, it just evolved into this new streaming ecosystem, which people should be excited about because the technology that now delivers and receives this content is capable of so much, from targeting from an experience perspective, personalization, shoppability. It's an exciting time because we are just scratching the surface of what we can do with all of that.
Right. And speaking of shoppability, can you talk a little bit about CTV's role with retail media and the shoppable experiences we're seeing?
Yeah, the beauty of the technology and the delivery of how we're getting our content today is, and I'll preface this with, from a viewer perspective, right? They don't care how they're getting their favorite show. They just want to get their favorite show. From a ad tech supply side perspective, it opens the door to numerous opportunities for advertisers that can now actually close the loop on attribution and one-click purchasing. And the interesting thing is you can evolve the ad experience beyond just a simple 30-second commercial to something that is choice-based, engageable, driving mid-funnel metrics, and then all the way down to the bottom of the funnel for those performance advertisers that value that.
Right, and talk about the performance aspect. What needs to happen? Where are we with that equation?
Sure. Yeah, I think today you probably see a lot of QR codes if you're watching TV. And the reason for that isn't because it's very effective. QR codes are cheap and they're easy and they're a way of closing the loop. You can generate a QR code for free on the web right now, right? And have it scanned to any website you want. So that I think is a baby step for a lot of people in kind of exploring where this can go. But really that's not even taking advantage of remote control interactivity, which is where BrightLine is focused. And how do we actually make a remote click take that extra step, have a remote click scroll around and browse products and local offers, and then have a remote click actually close the loop. Because what we're seeing is scan rates on a QR code are tiny. A remote click, actual interaction with the remote control is 125 times greater than the scan of a mobile phone, right? So closing the loop with a remote where you can click and get a cart sent to your phone instantly, we're seeing that as dramatically more effective. And then as we work with retailers to actually connect to their CRM and back-end commerce systems, well then you're able to make those purchases and add to cart, which is, pause there for a moment, because I think when you think about TV viewing, people are in that lean back mode. Add to cart is generally where we're seeing more interest, something to save for later. And when I'm done with my high stakes drama, maybe I'll purchase it when I log in at a later time.
So given that, where do you hope the industry goes in 2025?
Yeah, I think, we're finally exiting this phase of people, I think, coming to terms with streaming TV is the future of television. I think there's been a lot of advertisers that felt like they need to get comfortable with that first. And, the funny part of that is you're just running a 30 on the same show you've been running. But we're now starting to see advertisers have a real appetite for making more of each impression. They're not feeling like they can check the innovation box simply by being on connected TV. They're now realizing that, well, we got to go further. We need to engage our viewer with our messaging. If we're doing a sponsorship, we need to layer in some advert games and some trivia to drive that engagement metric higher. If our focus is on performance, well, we need to start connecting those dots on the back end to drive attribution and actual conversion. So I think we're excited that the industry seems to be coming out of the getting comfortable phase with CTV into the, all right, now let's see what we can do with this new tech.